Good morning, children. Today we see an interesting topic, basic for the India's development, horticulture and every field about Mughal Empire. Mughal's empire, they encouraged. They were ruling in Central Asia. From there, they tried to capture India. So, the emperor Babur, 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 in the year 1526, he wanted to capture North India, and that time Delhi Sultanates were ruling in Delhi Sultanate. Their last ruler was Ibrahim Lodi. That Ibrahim Lodi, he was defeated by Babur in the year 1526, and Babur entered India capturing Delhi and Agra. So he ruled just for 4 years, Babur. He had, after that 1526 to 30, his son, dynasty, Mughals were dynasty. So Babur's son, Humayun, he came to the power in year 1530. After 1 or 2 years, what happened? He was, he left to Iran and all, and again he came to India and captured India in the year 1533 to 1556. Continuously he ruled. Accidentally, when he was reading the books in library and coming down, he fell down on the steps and he died. Then Shah Jahan. In the meantime, when the Humayun was not there, it was ruled by Sher Shah in India. Then after that Humayun, Akbar, his son Akbar came to the power. When he came to the power, when his father died, Humayun, he was just 13 years old. And he didn't go to school and all, and he didn't know reading and writing, but by birth, he was a capable ruler. So 13 years old only, he became a king of India in that Mughal Empire. And after that is he won everything with the help of that. When he was in the childhood, his uncle helped him to rule. So Akbar, he ruled 1556 to 1605. He went to Bijapur and this side of Bengal and all, and captured that the west and east and northern part of India and ruled. We learn separately about the Akbar, how he became the great. Akbar the great, we say, superlative, the great. Now, after that Akbar, his son Jahangir came to the post. 1605 to 1627, he ruled. But this Jahangir, he was just a lazy person. He had qualities, but everywhere he depended upon the military rulers only. So, Jahangir's wife Nur Jahan, she took participate in the administration and she helped Jahangir. He didn't went and conquer any places. Whatever that Akbar left the places, there only Jahangir ruled with the help of his wife Nur Jahan. This Nur Jahan, she used to celebrate Diwali because Mughals, their festivals are different, we know. But Jahangir's wife Nur Jahan, she was interested in Indian festival, especially Diwali. She used to go to hill area separately on the day to keep the lamps decorated and crackers. Like that, she used to distribute the sweet, new dresses they wore. Like that, she liked the Diwali festival to celebrate. Jahangir's wife Nur Jahan. Jahangir next, his son Shah Jahan came to power in the year 1627 to 1658. Shah Jahan, we know very well, monument, that is Taj Mahal, was built by Shah Jahan on the memory of his wife Mumtaz. So he became very famous. But Shah Jahan also ruled with the help of the Mansabdar, Jagirdar and all. And he was a clever person only. Shah Jahan, he had 4 sons. Last son name was Aurangzeb. So all these Shah Jahan's 4 sons were fighting to get the empire to rule. At last, Aurangzeb, he was a cruel person. he defeated and killed his three brothers and he came to the power, Aurangzeb. In the year 1658 to 1707, Aurangzeb ruled. Aurangzeb wanted to expand his empire, so not only in the north, south, east and west, he came to south also. The speciality, he came here and captured Golconda in year 1687. He came to Hyderabad also, Golconda in Telangana only. So Hyderabad also, in near that Hayat Nagar, Karman Ghat one place is there. The Karman Ghat means mountain, and it was a forest area. He came to that area, he wanted to defeat the ruler there. He fought with them in the forest area, and there was a temple, Hindu temple, Hanuman was there. Lord Shivalinga also there. So that Lord Shivalinga he wanted to remove because Aurangzeb was a extremist following the Islamism. He forced all the Indians to convert into Muslim Islamism. So he wanted to remove that Shivalinga from that forest fighting with the king. But when he and his people tried to remove the Shivalinga, they couldn't lift it. So now we have that Hanuman temple there in Karman Ghat. Now also if you go, there the history of Aurangzeb written on the board. So that is a speciality, Aurangzeb and Hyderabad. Next, Mansabdar was a system they followed. Mansabdar means rank holder. They used to allot the rank. Now how in the classroom we are allotting first, second, third. Like that, the Mansabdars were allotted the rank and they were appointed under the emperors. They had power only to collect the revenue from the Jagirdars and give to kings. But they were not independently ruled. So emperors were dependent upon the Mansabdars. Mansabdars they had to do what the king said. Like that they were following this Mansabdari system, soldier system, and they followed the emperor's orders only. Jagis were appointed and they collected the revenue. From them these Mansabdars received salary from the Jagis. Now Akbar, again we are coming to Akbar. Akbar's revenue minister was Raja Todar Mal. Revenue means money, collecting everything. And I told you Akbar, he couldn't read and write. He has an observation and hearing capacity more. So he used to discuss with the ministers, and he got all the information about the empire, Akbar. And Tansen was his musician in his court. Then he used to encourage all the poets, musicians, all the type of ministers he had, Akbar. And he was Abdul Fazal. He was a friend of Akbar. He wrote about that Akbar biography. Biography means he has written about the Akbar. That is called Akbar Nama. When we are writing ourselves, that is called autobiography. But Akbar, he didn't know read and write, I told you. So his friend Abul Fazal, he has written about the Akbar. That book is named Akbar Nama. And Akbar created capital for him, Fatehpur Sikri. Now also you can go. It is near Agra. Fatehpur Sikri was a capital. There he followed Din Ilahi. What is a Din Ilahi means? Mixture of all religion. Now other Mughal rulers, they were particular about only the Islamism. Aurangzeb, he wanted to convert everyone into Islamism. But Akbar, he gave great importance to all the religion. So that Din Ilahi was his religion, he said, mixture of all religions. He invited all the religious people, saint and all. He used to discuss with them, and he came to know. He had one prayer hall also, Ibadat Khana. He used to sit there and discuss about the other religion. So he came to the final decision that God is one. God is one everywhere, but we are following we are calling him in different names. So Allah or Rama, whatever it is, God is one. Like that he came to the conclusion, and he gave the people that religion, mixture of religion called Din Ilahi. That system now in a politics we are following. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, when he wrote Constitution for India, Rules and Regulations for India, he wanted to give the importance to all the religion equally. So, that word incorporated in Constitution, secularism, in year 1972. That idea, the concept we got from the Akbar's Din-i-Ilahi only. That is why we are reading history. Now, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, they followed Akbar's principle. Next, Mughals were weakened in the year 1720s. After 1717, and that Aurangzeb was defeated and died, many rulers came after that Mughals, Akbar, Aurangzeb, but they were very weak for the administration. So slowly that Mughal Empire started to fell down. And Mughal governors, they became independent. They started to rule, Mughal's governors, because when the Mughal Empire fell down, these Mughal governors, they became independent. Among them only Chin Klitch Khan, he was known as Nizamul Mulk. He started to rule Hyderabad state. For 24 years he ruled. 1724 to 1748. So, Mughals follow here, one of the governors, the Chin Klitch Khan, he only designed the Hyderabad city and ruled 24 years. And therefore, 10 kings were there, they ruled with this Chin Klitch Khan before and after. Among them, 7 only we are calling Nizams. They started to, after this Chin Klitch Khan, Nizams. Now, in the Nizam period, the famous ruler was Salar Jung. That is why if you visit a museum, he has kept that museum in Hyderabad, very famous. What are the goods he used, things and all he used for the memory, he has constructed Salar Jung Museum. You would have visited. And who was this Salar Jung? He was the Prime Minister of Nizam's. Nizam's Prime Minister, Salar Jung. He was here from 1853 to 1883. Nearly 30 years he was there in Hyderabad. So, again when we are coming to the Akbar, now universal peace we want to means that concept also Akbar only gave. We should not fight for the religion, we should not fight for the language, for anything, and he discussed all this from in that Ibadat Khana. Ibadat Khana was his prayer hall. There only he discussed everything, and now also we are following Akbar the Great in Indian politics.